Good morning. It is very early. It's dark. It's about 5:35. It's Wednesday, the 7th of December, 2022. Good morning and welcome to London's newest least used station. So I'm on platform 7 at Paddington. Over there you can see the Heathrow Express. Immediately I've had a problem this morning because as I tried to touch in on the gate line over there, it went not accepted with my Oyster card, even though my Oyster card is in date and valid, because it assumes that you're getting the Heathrow Express train. Instead, what I'm on is to go to Drayton Green. The train is normally now a shuttle between Greenford and West Ealing, just goes back and forth. But they have to get the train into service, so I believe this unit has come out of a depot in Oxford this morning, comes into service at maybe like Reading, comes into Paddington, and one a day now at 5:40 is the only time that you can get a train direct from Paddington to Greenford without changing at West Ealing.
Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closed.
But it's definitely not the Bay platform. And we will now go round a short, small section of curved track
Drayton Green.
to get to Drayton Green.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Greenford.
Now, I'll put the camera against the window, but it's going to be dark and you ain't going to see much. It's 5:53 in the morning. It's still dark. Welcome to Drayton Green. Welcome to platform 1. Over there is platform 2. Oh, birds are waking up. Morning. They've sprinkled the grit on the platforms because it's chilly and icy. And there ain't a lot going on. But there is actually another special reason why I've come here today on Wednesday the 7th. There is a particular reason for coming on this day, which is an extra twist to the video. But right now, I'm thinking, rather than film in the dark, let's go grab some coffee and come back when it's daylight.
So here's the map showing the Greenford branch, where one train shuttles back and forth between West Ealing and Greenford all day. Up until the end of 2016, services used to go all the way to Paddington, but then it was cut back to a new Bay platform at West Ealing to allow paths to be used for Crossrail trains instead. When that happened, and there were no more through trains, passenger numbers on the branch halved, and South Greenford and Drayton Green are almost always in the top 10 of London's least used stations. We'll find out how many Drayton Green gets in a moment.
The sun has risen, there is some daylight, I've had coffee. So now we're on the very cold and chilly platforms of Drayton Green. I do have my hat and my rather fetching Elizabeth Line scarf in my bag, which I might wear in a bit. Until then, we have to discuss what's at Drayton Green. Definitely not a step-free station with the steps up and down on that side and more slippery, icy steps up and down on this side as well. It's just I teased you with all the passenger stats, except for the ones for this year or the last period that the Office and Railroad have just published, which is why this is London's newest least used station. 2 years ago I was here doing South Greenford, just up there, which does actually mean that after doing that video and this video, I've just got to do Castlebar Park for a video, just for the heck of it, and I'll have ticked off in video form all 3 stations on this line. But in terms of numbers, apart from the fact we should acknowledge that the true London's least used station in the Camden period was really Heathrow Terminal 4 rail station, but that's because it was closed completely because there were no flights, thanks lockdown COVID. So actually 0 was how many passengers went to Heathrow T4 rail station. But in terms of actual open rail stations, after a dip down into the 7,000s during lockdown period, Drayton Green here recovered slightly up to be 10,846 passengers in a year, which is 29:30 a day. I have seen no one here so far, and we'll have a quick look round and do the very sparse facilities. There is a help point. There are Oyster validators. There is a map and timetable board, which we'll get to in a second. 2 platforms with the shutter. Oh, it's got a yellow salt bin, which explains all of this. But there ain't no ticket machine. There are dot matrix indicators. And 2 rather short platforms, slightly uneven as well, I note. And just the one train that just shuttles up and down. If you've never been, it's kind of fun just to come and have a day out in Zone 4. You could do it on your Oyster card. Just travel up and down the line. Oh, and there's a bin. The reason why the bin's full is because they haven't used the yellow bin at all. Someone's been along with bags of magic ice melt. There we go. And put the empty wrappers in the bin. That's why the bin is full. Yeah, this stuff is known as magic ice melt. And yes, it's really cold lying on the platform at Drayton Green. Don't do this. It's like snow. Happy Christmas. Hang on, look. No need for snow after effects. Just sprinkle this. Okay. So no Sunday service at this station. Just Monday to Saturday, which I know because there's a proper, yay, I love a proper timetable board which does show you can work it out, that it is just the one train that shuttles up and down. From West Ealing to Greenford, it only takes 12 minutes, sits there for a couple of minutes, 7 minutes I think in fact, and then comes back again. So it spends like 7 minutes sitting at Greenford and just 2 minutes sitting at West Ealing. Although down there the sign does say, you know, for trains to Paddington you have to change at West Ealing, except for what I'm going to do tonight, and that is, where is it? It should be here. Can you see here? The last one of the evening is the 21:51, and it does in fact go all the way through Ealing Broadway 22:05, and then Paddington 22:16, where in fact I think then it becomes like a Banbury or Oxford train or something. We'll find out tonight. But having got the 5:40 this morning, having about to do the special thing, which we're going to do in a minute, I will then come back. I will then go home after the special thing and then come back tonight to get the last through train of the day, just so I can say I've done Paddington into Drayton Green and then Drayton Green into Paddington on the only 2 trains that it's possible to do that on. Exciting news! I've come to the bridge for a shot down and a passenger has turned up. In exciting passenger related news, in the end 3 people got on, and they're just walking past me now. 4 people actually got off, so that's 7 in one go, and there's 1 down there waiting for the next northbound train. What's amusing about that passenger is that it's a cold day. They could have got on that southbound train, gone 1 stop to West Ealing and then come back towards Greenford, because it's the same train. I wonder where the northbound passenger is going. Anyway, 8 people plus me. That's 8 out of 30. That's very exciting. To kill some time before the special train arrived at 11 o'clock, I took a ride on the shuttle, also to stay warm, up to Greenford. So the GWR shuttle in on the centre platform at Greenford. Note how the doors only open on that side, not this side. It's about to get the 8:37 out. I'm going to go and sit in a cafe here, which I think is just down there, get myself a breakfast, warm up. But I'm going to go back to Drayton Green later at around 11 o'clock. There is a special thing happening today. There is a parliamentary train that is no more. It's the train that used to run from Paddington to High Wycombe, which I made a video about. I think that was a Londonist video years ago. More recently, when it got curtailed to West Ealing, just up to West Ruislip, made a video about that here. Go and watch that. Then during COVID lockdown, it just got reduced down to being from an everyday train to a once a week train on a Wednesday, and as of next week, with the timetable change, the train is going completely and is going to become a replacement bus service. But I'm expecting a lot of people to come out and ride the last ever Parliamentary from West Ealing up to West Ruislip.
One breakfast and several teas and coffees in a cafe in Greenford later, the sun came out and I made my way back down to Drayton Green. Loads of people had indeed gathered on the platforms at West Ealing to get the last ever Parliamentary 11:17 Chiltern train, and a few minutes later, at 11:20, it ran through the platforms. And then something amusing happened. It got delayed because of a trespasser further up the tracks. I was then able to go up to Greenford on the train, jump on the tube and get to West Ruislip before the train arrived, and so saw it coming as well, where several people got off onto the platform. And that is the Parliamentary train, which means the only thing left for me to do is to get the nighttime evening service back from Drayton Green to Paddington.
And about 16 hours later, it's just coming up to 10 o'clock, and the 21:59 on time, it says, is a direct train to London Paddington. Here it is. So I've caught the one-a-day direct train at West from Paddington, and now I'm on the one-a-day return direct train back to Paddington. So this won't go into the Bay platform of West Ealing. It just remains to be seen what train this turns into when it gets to Paddington. And we've come in on platform 10 at Paddington. So all I'm going to do is check to see where this train is going next. And we're done. Is there anything more magnificent than the train shed roof lit up at night at Paddington? I don't think so. I just spoke to the driver, thank you. She kindly told me that that train now sits there on platform 10 for 2 hours, just over 2 hours, at 20 past 10, and it forms an Oxford service later tonight, but just sits there. So it seems that the Greenford train comes from Oxford in the morning and then goes back there in the evening. That is it, I'm going home now. It's been a really long day, packed in a Chiltern train, done London's newest, least used Drayton Green, and got the one-a-day service in and out that doesn't stop at the Bay platform at West Ealing. That's quite a long day and quite a lot to pack into one video. Thanks for watching, press subscribe, see you soon, cheers, bye.